you wanna be somebody, even if you gotta leave somebody. Yes, I'm hurt, yes, I'm dead. Most things I don't wanna say. I won't be around while you change.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you are a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get straight into this video because I'm sure y'all seen Liv and Jazzy got into it once again last night, and it was very strange how they both decided to come up on live at the same time and start carrying on arguing back and forth. But I guess Liv hopped on to address a comment that was made by Jazzy, and Jazzy had went on to say that Liv is blackmailing her because I guess she knows all her business, but that's so on and so on because I'm going to do a separate video for that. We're just going to get into a little bit of tea that Liv decided to spill on Jazzy that had a lot of people looking sideways because, as you guys know, y'all all remember 12/6, and I'm going to include that clip in here.
I bet they're probably having a field day with this one. I cried. People think I make so much money being that I'm on YouTube. I still got bills. I pay bills, everything. There's no way. So, cried. I overdrafted my car to as much as I could because I had to get gas too. And I cried. My baby's birthday was on Sunday, and luckily I had already bought her present like a month ago. But I was like, dang, I was gonna get her a little small cake too. Groceries for school. Not only is it affecting at home, it affects at school too. I get food stamps, and that helps me pay for my kids' lunch at school.
So that was just a small clip of that. If you guys want to watch the video furthermore, you guys can go and watch that clip. But basically that day she came on YouTube to say that she didn't have any food and she wasn't able to pay for anything for Maya's birthday weekend, get her a cake or anything, and that Chris basically said that he was going to pray for her and that he is not obligated basically to pay for any groceries in the house. So it kind of set the tone from there to where, people were saying, well, okay, Chris couldn't pay for any groceries in the house. I mean, there's just no way that, a whole grown man is living there and he's not able to help, even if, okay, they're not his kids, but he can't help, just put a couple dollars of groceries in the house until you get your YouTube check or till somebody else can borrow you some more money. So that set the tone for a lot of people to really scratch their head at Chris. And I think that was the first time where people started really noticing that, this man is truly a bum. But I mentioned that because Liv got on here and she basically had some stuff to say about Jazzy and some tea to spill on Jazzy as to how, ungrateful Jazzy is for all the stuff that she has done for her since their friendship came about and they started back being friends again. So let's get into this clip, and then we will talk about it.
Ways. You know what I mean? In different ways. Maybe I want you to go hard if a bitch come for me, because yeah, I would do that for you. But it's like, not only that, because you expect loyalty from me when you pick up that phone and you ask me for some money, right? That's a sense of loyalty from a friend to a friend. If you need money, and I'm not trying to throw this in nobody's face, but if you needed something, you hit me up, right? And I was there for you. If you needed food, simple things like food, I sent groceries to your house. Did I not? When that nigga couldn't put groceries in your fridge, I put groceries in your fridge, right? So for me to want you to be like, fuck a bitch, when I say fuck a bitch and we ride out together, that's not too much to ask when I'm filling up fridges and lending you money and being there. You feel me? So that's why I took it seriously, but I really kind of didn't, because I wasn't showing no aggression or like me being upset or anything. I just fell back. That's it. I just fell back. The next day she called me, whatever, and I just didn't want to talk no more because I saw you for who you were. I was like, you know what, she really don't fuck with me. And I'm not saying you gotta cuss everybody out and beef with everybody because of me, but the bitch blatantly said, and that's why you're a horrible ass mother. Like, that bitch really disrespected me. You know what I mean? And right in front of you. Even though it was on the internet, but it was right in front of you. and you didn't say fuck you bitch and write out, but you still on the shit a couple days ago, still talking about me. This weird ass bitch that's interviewing you is asking questions about me, and you can't be like, you know what, stop asking. Like, you don't run your own interviews, dummy. Like, you can't be like, no, I'm not talking about that. I heard you try to dance around it, but you can't be like, stop asking me about that girl, period. What do you think? They're gonna hang up on you? Fucking let them hang up on you. You don't need them, dummy. They need you. That's what you don't understand. Hey, Jennifer, you don't get that. And that's why you out here looking crazy, bro. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, and then I fell back, right? After the panel, I fell back. I didn't cuss her out. I wasn't even acting mad. I just didn't want to talk. I didn't want to fuck with you no more. And then you made the fucking apology video. And this was after I told you, because I already computed shit in my brain. And I was like, you know what? Let me just tell her, because she's not going to understand where I'm coming from. I already knew you weren't going to understand, because you obviously don't know what loyalty is. You don't know what real friendship is. It's funny because people warned her about me. No, y'all should have warned me about her.
So in that clip, as you guys heard, Liv started going in about how, you know, she was feeling some type way, that Jazzy basically got on and didn't really had any sympathy for her or any energy, like, you know, she truly cared for her, like Liv cared for her. And she was saying just how ungrateful she truly is, because, you know, she said that she gave her a couple dollars, she put food in her fridge when that bum couldn't do it. And as the bum, you know, who we're talking about, and, you know, it kind of got people thinking like, well, you know, this is obviously something like 12.6. And we know that Jazzy does get $1,500 in food stamps. So people were wondering, like, how does this girl get a YouTube check, food stamps, and her man in there has 2 to 3 jobs, and she's in here having to call a friend for money and money for groceries. Now, Liv said she did put about $250 to $300 worth of groceries in her fridge. And I'm sitting here wondering, like, you know, there's no way that somebody has to not only give you money, give you extra money, but also has to give you $250 to $300 worth of groceries, especially when you have family, when you have 2 baby daddies. I mean, there should be no reason why you're calling up anybody and needing food. And I know for sure them kids aren't in there eating $1,500 worth of food stamps a month, when we know that them kids are constantly saying they're starving, constantly looking like they're deprived of food half the day or most of the day. So, sis, where is all this money going? And I know a lot of people have been suspecting for a very long time that Jazzy has to be selling her food stamps, or Chris is selling her food stamps. So, you know, it was really weird that Liv specifically said that she had to put groceries in Jazzy's fridge. And we do know that Jazzy has had screenshots surfacing YouTube, LSA, multiple times with her fridge completely empty of food. So, you know, it really leads you to think like, okay, we obviously know this girl is not buying $1,500 worth of food a month. And even if she is buying $1,500 worth of food a month, sis, you should still have extra money out of that YouTube paycheck or Chris's paycheck to put some more groceries in the house. Yes, the state does give you food stamps, but at the end of the day, that's not their full responsibility to provide food in your home all month. You know, whatever the state gives you, you stretch that for the whole month, plus you put some money towards it. I don't know anybody. I mean, there is people who do just spend their food stamp allowance and stretch it for the whole entire month. But most times that's not lasting you a whole month. You definitely have to go out and spend some of your own money, or, you know, wherever you're getting the money, put some money extra in your fridge for some more food, because obviously we know $1,500 with 7 people in the house is just not realistic. So, you know, people were saying, like, is Chris out, you know, doing drugs? Is Jazzy doing drugs? Is something going on in this house that is taking up all these people's money to where there's just no money left for anything for the kids? There's no food in the house. There's no nothing. You know, it just really makes you think like there has to be some type of addiction going on in the house, or he has to just be doing something with that money. We know Jazzy isn't doing anything with that money, because I would surely think that if she had money on her food stamp card, what would be the point of calling Liv up to ask for more money for groceries? unless, she was asking to borrow some more money to give to Chris for his drug habit or whatever that is going on in that house, to where, they're getting $1,500 a month and there's nothing left, to where she's, continuously, not just once or twice, but Liv made it clear she called up multiple times and asked for money. So, Jazzy didn't seem one too bit embarrassed. She got on live right while Liv was live. And not only did she get live, but she also went live right when Chris was right in the kitchen. And, it seems like he didn't seem one bit embarrassed. And it's like, sis, you know what? If your man's not embarrassed, then, hey, you shouldn't be embarrassed neither. And we know that, Chris has no shame. So regardless of whatever gets said about him on these YouTube streets, he will still enter the room and still act and bang pots and pans in that background like he's, owning the whole house, and he's putting all the food and the pots and pans in the house too. So, I understand Liv from where she was coming from being frustrated about, handing out money to this girl, not only just handing out money, but filling her fridge. And Jazzy just seems to not really care too much about defending Liv, having her back on these YouTube streets, which, it's really confusing that Liv wants to speak on Jazzy being in reactors, chats, and panels, because we remember when Liv finally exposed that Jazzy was getting hit and spit on, she went into a reactors chat right after that and basically said that she had contacted her mom also. So, it's kind of giving hypocritical. And at the end of the day, I mean, Jazzy has no shame in her game. She's one of those type people to where she's not embarrassed to ask people for money or, ask people for things, especially, when she's got the whole man in the home. But, like I said, people like her mostly, get friends to use friends. I mean, there is some females that like to have genuine relationships with females and, go out to the club, go out partying, take the kids out on a mom date, something like that. But I think Jazzy solely has friends for the sole purpose of, them being her relationship counselor and being there when she needs a couple dollars, because we know that, Chris is in there finessing some type way to get money out of her to where she's not able to, put groceries in the house when needed. So, I kind of find it funny how, she knew the reputation that Liv had on these streets of telling people's business and, befriending people the second something doesn't go her way. So, I can't all the way even, blame Liv for coming on here telling her business, because this is just something that Liv always does anyway. It's not like this is just, now Liv decided to do it with Jazzy. She did it to Ming, she did it to Chrissy, and she did it to multiple other people that came on this platform and spoke on her that knew her personally. So, this is just another lesson that Jazzy has to learn. And I'm pretty sure that, she will get another friend and run her business and have them become her relationship counselor. So, people like her, it takes, one of many times to explain to her. And, there's just some people in general that love to get friends just to, confide in them, for things like telling their business, their relationship, their life issues, things like that. But I'm just one of those people to where, I don't really tell personal business unless, like I know you, like it's, and that's even rare too. Even then, when somebody knows me, I still don't tell anything. That's just one of those things that females do. They become petty after the fallout, and they use the most juiciest business to spill and hold against you and tell the people to get at you and just love to have the one up on you, so they know your business and you don't know their business. But I'm pretty sure that Liv did confide in Jazzy also and run her business too, and I also think that's why she's kind of just hitting the layers of the tea and just spilling the bare minimum. So Jazzy's so dumb that she won't come back at her and spill Liv's bare minimum tea. Also, we know that Jazzy doesn't really roll like that. Just to keep Chris safe, she's just going to keep Liv's business secret. So, Liv doesn't do too much herself, so that when Liv does finally come out and tell, she can say, oh, well, she did it first and I didn't do it. So, like I said, this is not shocking. This is not, oh my God, I cannot believe Liv was paying for groceries, because we know that, Chris hasn't really made an attempt to put any food in there since day one. And after watching that 12/6, it was very, very telling that, you know, if something did, like a circumstance did go down in the home to where he was needed to, you know, spare $30 to $40 to put some food in there, that was definitely not going to happen, as you guys can see. So comment down below what you guys think about this whole situation. I will be posting some more videos on the whole fallout that went down because, you know, I just feel like you can't really put it all into one video. It's just not possible. But thank you guys for watching. Again, comment down below what you guys think about Liv spilling the tea on Chris not putting any food in the home, and Jazzy needing to call her up and ask her for $300 to put some groceries in the house. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another one.
Tell me what you see in me. Gotta be something different.